The dyno record is over 1,400 horsepower so far. Toyota has adopted this car as their 2026 GT3 race car. Gazoo Racing in Australia is going to make 3 V8 powered race cars for their supercar series. That's right, it's the car that received the most hate on the internet in modern car history, the Gazoo Racing A90, otherwise known as the Mark V Supra.
This is a line. To some, it is seen as a barrier. To others, it's a point where traditions of the past are abandoned in favor of visions of the future. Introducing the revolutionary new Toyota Supra. It's taken everything sports cars were before and crossed the line.
Oh, it's not a real JDM car. Oh, if only it were a true Toyota engine. Oh, nice BMW. It's only when someone gets beaten in a race do they start to realize the truth about the GR Supra. It's fast. It's so fast that some people are consistently running sevens in their cars, and the race to become the fastest Mark V Supra is in full effect. Mainly, this is due to the B58 platform, and in hindsight, this might have been Toyota and BMW's genius because it's a magnificent choice for this car. And after spending hundreds of parts, after sending hundreds of parts back to BMW so that the vehicle lived up to Toyota's standards, this might realistically, reliability-wise, be the bestest BMW ever. The engineering in the B58 is well proven since it's been in so many other BMW models. Toyota engineers tuned the inline six to push out about 382 horsepower from the factory, which is really more like 400 if the dyno results on stock cars are any indication. A few bolt-ons, an unlocked or cloned ECU, and an off-the-shelf tune, and you'll start seeing some real improvements from the engine right away. Despite the bad reputation, people who are in the know are really starting to warm up to this car. Basically, it's just like Jesse said, if you put 15 grand in it, you will decimate all.
The hood? Pop the hood.
B58.
No shit.
And what did I tell you? I retract my previous statement.
You know what? This will decimate all after. You put about 15 grand in it or more if we have to. Overnight parts from Japan.
And it's good on the track. It's good on the drag strip. It's good for just a fun weekend cruiser or even a show car. Whatever you want to get out of the vehicle, it's it's really great. Just don't expect it to be comfortable to get out of the vehicle. You can now build a 2025 premium version of this vehicle, and it will cost you about $62,000. In 2025, there does not look to be a new special edition. Numbers indicate that through 2023, at least, Toyota sold about 25,000 Supras in the United States, and in that same model year, introduced the manual transmission, and 47% of people opted for the manual transmission in 2023. So those numbers ended up being about 1,250 manual transmission A90 cars were sold. All indications is the sales of and the vehicle production numbers were halved each year since launch. So it stands to reason, and especially the manual transmission version of the car will be fairly rare in the future. I would imagine them to sell even less in 2025. In 2023, 500 of the A91 MT special edition cars were produced, and about 450 of those were in See You Later gray color, and 1 out of every 10 of the A91 MTs were painted in the ultra rare burnout color. Interestingly, the nitro yellow car introduced in 2023 and offered in the manual transmission premium version was discontinued in 2024, and only around 100 of the nitro yellow manual transmission cars were sold that year, which makes nitro yellow manual transmission cars also pretty rare. I was one of the lucky ones who fought tooth and nail to find an A91 MT in See You Later gray. In November of 22 is when I bought the car, and it now has over 25,000 miles. I took my 2023 A91 MT out to the mountains here in Denver, Colorado, gave it a spin through the mountain roads to talk a little bit about my experience.
Hey guys, this is Tactical Hippie back again. I just wanted to say thank you for watching the channel. Got a cool video for you today. Today we're going to be doing a 25,000 mile review of my 2023 A91 MT Supra. You guys know all the stats. They come with 400 horsepower. We're going to be doing a little breakdown of all the pieces and parts that I've added to it. We're going to, show you a little bit of what it looks like now, talk a little bit about the future, and basically give you my thoughts after 25,000 miles on this car. So, as you guys know, just real quick, manual transmission, 3,400 pounds. This thing's got a 6-speed manual transmission. It's got an inline 6 turbo called the B58. It's got a single turbo. It is a BMW engine. And this car is not tunable from the factory. The 2020 version was. So that gives you a little hint about what's to come in this video as far as one of the things that I did to the car. But first off, let's just talk about a little bit of how I felt driving the car so far. What are my thoughts on it? I would say this car is 10 out of 10. She's 10 out of 10. Comes with a bad reputation, and that's she's chaotic yet refined, precise, powerful. The traction control works wonders. You have 3 different basic settings. You have on, kind of on, and then off. And most of the time in my car is spent in kind of on. So you get loosens it up a little bit, gives you more leeway. You can hear the tires squealing a little bit. So back to the not tunable thing. If you have a 2020, I believe it's past June of 2020 ECU that was manufactured before that, you can just tune it. You can just go ahead and tune it. no problem, right out of the box. Anything after that, and you have to get it unlocked, or go with something like a piggyback tune, which a lot of people do, and you can get really good power, almost 100 horsepower or so, out of a JB4, and that's what I'm pretty much running right now with my Femto unlock. So I sent my ECU over to Finland, had it unlocked, and we got the ECU back from them, and I was able to put MHD Plus on there. The license for MHD was $550. The dongle was about $75. Then, and the unlocking was about 750 euros. So that process is okay. I actually overpaid. I thought I needed this code upgrade thing. I didn't. And Femto has yet to give me back my money. And they're just ignoring me at this point, which they're in Finland. I would ignore me too, probably. But I got it unlocked. I run an E40, what they call stage 2 tune, which basically means that you have all the aftermarket pieces. You have the downpipe and you have the exhaust. I don't have an airbox. I just have the downpipe and the exhaust, and I went with a catted downpipe, an active auto work catted downpipe. I didn't want the check engine light on, and I didn't want that smell of the ethanol inside the car. So I'm still happy with my decision. It makes great noises still. It's still pretty loud, really high temperature, GESL. They say that it's legal in all the states, but I would imagine I'm still going to fail emissions just based off of the unlocking of the car. I think they do plug into your OBD2 port. I'm not sure about that. They could probably just tell immediately that this thing is tuned and that wouldn't pass me emissions. We'll see about that. I have 7 years before I have to really worry about that from the beginning of the purchase, which I got this November of 2023. If you recall, I flew out to Houston to get mine. It's a 1 of 500 car, so it was really hard to find. I called about 20 dealerships, and if you're interested in watching that video, I'll put that above here so you can see that. But yeah, I really like the car a lot. It gets better and better. Sometimes you forget where you came from. If you didn't know, I had a 2006 Nissan Sentra SER Spec V, which was a pretty sporty little 6-speed manual transmission with a sunroof and 170 horsepower and about 210 foot-pounds of torque on a 2,700-pound car. So it was actually quite a fun car, and I really enjoyed driving it up in the mountains. But man, I was not ready. I did not know that in my future I would have this car. It's bonkers insane good. So again, I'm running a little bit of a tune here. Got about 500 horsepower now. Like I said before, I have the active auto work downpipe. I have the SP1R titanium exhaust. It makes amazing noises. Single exit. Then I went and got the OEM Plus little plug for the bottom right hand corner, so it looks like it's supposed to be a single exit. I did that. Let's see. I have the HKS lowering springs. They're adjustable. I have the BC Forge TD02 20-inch rims, 11 inches in the back, and we have 10 inches in the front, I believe. Yeah, it was either 9.5 or 10. I think it was 10. Can't remember. I think it is 10. So, we got the custom wheels. We got some Toyo tires, sport proxies. Kind of sporty tires, but not like the R888s. I heard those wear out pretty quick, especially compared to these. I might just get another set of these. These have been really great. But I digress. I need to get tires eventually soon again, or at least some back ones, just because you run through them so quickly on this thing. Having a lot of fun with it. So custom wheels, tires, then the HKS lowering springs, and that rounds out the stance. I went to a company called Soled Custom Lighting. I got some underglow. You guys, I recently put out a video about that. If you're interested in that one, I'll put that one in, above as well. We have, let's see. You know, I got the tent done. I got the PPF on the front half of the car. That's really important. If you're interested, I did it at Denver Auto Shield, and that was a good experience. I need to take it back, actually, get a little bit of work done on the car, on the PPF, because I have a little damage on the front. So I'm going to take it in there and see if they'll help me get that fixed. Let's see. You know, I got a front and rear camera. A front and rear camera system, which is nice. And that's just for all the idiots. Let's see.
So there you go. Just a little update about my Mark V Supra. I really love it. Thanks, guys, for watching the channel. Let me know in the comments what you think about the car, what you think I should do next, and if you have any thoughts on the Mark IV Supra versus the Mark V Supra, I'd love to hear them. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.